Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of What If I Was in My Hero Academia, but as a villain. Uh, so, I'm sorry uh, that it took so long for me to uh, make a new video. Uh, and with that out of the way, let's get into the episode. People shouting and running would echo out in Hosu. Incoherent things would be said. The only recognizable things were, where are the heroes, and why is there a new villain? News reporters would arrive and begin a broadcast. Hello, people of Japan. This is Liu Zhang Yetung on the scene as a new and powerful villain has burst onto Hozu and begun wreaking havoc. Heroes have yet to appear, and people are panicked. She gets cut off as a bullet whizzes past her face, missing by a decimeter. You all are too noisy. And you, turn off that camera, or I'll do it myself. The camera would shut off, and an intermission track would play. So, what are we going to... Wait, no. So, what are we going to do about him, All Might? Aizawa would ask, his voice tired after having dealt with a very chaotic Class 1A. I don't know. After all, he is in Hosu, and we're in Mustafu. He would reply in his small might form. We could send Endeavor or some of Class 1A to Hosu. We need to deal with this, otherwise people might lose faith in us and heroes in general, Nezu would call out. Aizawa would snap and say, Are you insane, Nezu? They're students, and not to be rude, but everyone, including his family, hates Endeavor. The room was silent for a good while, until Nezu harshly remarks, Do you have any better ideas, Eraser? Eraser would be stunned and embarrassed. Izuku Midoriya, having heard all of this, began to walk back to class while pondering all that was said in the teacher's meeting. In his mind, he would begin to think, a new villain in Hozu, and Nezu thinks that either some of us or Endeavor should be sent to deal with him. Why would a new villain with seemingly no association to any of the big bad villains like the League of Villains or Stain be on the rise in popularity? What is his quirk that would make him so popular? What would any of us do if we were sent to deal with him instead of Endeavor? Midoriya would make it to the classroom doorway and would proceed to step inside and towards his seat. Three minutes later, Aizawa would enter the class, and the lesson would begin. Coming back to the villain, he would be seen holding a large pistol along with a powerful rifle on his back. He looks around, seeming to be looking for something or someone. Suddenly, his eyes narrow as he finds who he was looking for, sitting atop a building. He puts the pistol into his holster as he then begins to jump up and along the buildings. He quickly pulls his pistol and shoots the camera just as it was about to turn on, and puts the gun back. He begins to speedily near the person on the roof. Shigaraki Tomura, right? He spoke in an American voice, as well as in English. Sorry, you probably can't understand me, can you? Shigaraki would look at him, seemingly annoyed. What? Are you even able to speak Japanese? If not, then why the hell are you even here? Shigaraki's voice would be rough, and sound similar to stale bread being cut. A purple-black portal would open behind Shigaraki as Kurogiri comes out. Ah, Kurogiri. Tell me, are you able to understand me right now? The villain would ask, looking at Kurogiri. Yes, I can. Young Master Tomura cannot, though, as he only speaks Japanese. If I may ask, did you ask this to see if I could be your scribe or not? Am I right? Heh, sharp as ever. You know, you were never an easy to confuse person, were ya? Anyways, yes, I would appreciate it if you were my scribe. I have a translator on me, so I won't need you to describe what he says to me in English, though, he would say. All right, then, Kurogiri would reply. Let us begin this conversation. So, I assume you're here to give me an offer to join the League of Villains, if I am not mistaken. And it would also be likely that you would kill me if I said no, correct? No, not quite. Instead, I would like you to train Mustard and Toga, if you wouldn't mind. After all, you are quite good with guns, seeing as you're carrying a rifle and a pistol on you. Though I must ask, what exactly is your quirk? I haven't seen you use it yet. That is, unless it has something to do with your expertise in guns, Shigaraki would say with a grim and rough voice. I'm not quite ready to reveal my quirk, but I can assure you it doesn't have anything to do with guns. This is pure skill you are looking at. Also sure, but not now. Come back to this specific area after you face off against a few hero students. The villain and Shigaraki would exchange a look for a while. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be, as I can't spend too long here. Goodbye, au revoir, sayonara. He would then jump across the rooftops before Shigaraki could keep him there any longer. Kurogiri, let's go. I don't want to stay here any longer, Shigaraki would say, and then he begins to think as Kurogiri and him return to the bar. How did he know of our plan to attack some hero students? I never made it obvious that we were going to. Well, I guess he is very observant, more than I thought he was. We travel back in time a bit to Deku's side of things. Hey, Deku, don't even think about enrolling in UA, a familiar voice would call out as he bounced towards Deku. If you do, I will personally make your life more of a living hell than it already is. But Captain, why can't I at least try? It's not like I would possibly have a chance at getting in anyway, so why not let me see for myself that I can't? Deku would say, a tinge of lies lurking in his voice. Because I don't want you embarrassing our school any more than it already has been embarrassed by taking you in. Deku would be taken aback by Bakugo's words, and would look to the floor. You know, Deku, there might just be a way for you to get a quirk, Bakugo would say. Go to the top of the school, and pray that you'll be born with a quirk in your next life, and go and take a swan dive off the roof of the building. Deku, after hearing this, would be completely broken. No, he tries to say, his voice cracking, and his throat tightening, to the point where he couldn't continue. Bakugo and his goons would begin to laugh and belittle Deku, as Bakugo would then reply to Deku's failure to speak. What? Cat got your tongue? Ha! Bakugo's group would then exit the classroom, and Deku would be left to wallow in grief and anguish. As he thinks, what did I do to deserve this? So what if I'm quirkless? It's not like I had any choice in the matter. So why am I being attacked so heavily like this? Doesn't he want to become a hero? Then why the hell is he acting like this? Deku would then get up and walk out of the classroom as well, with everyone snickering, mocking and belittling him, as if he were a torn rag. He exits the school and begins to walk home. After having gotten to the underpass, the same events as canon occur. He gets caught by the sludge villain, and as the sludge villain is about to completely suffocate him and take his body, All Might exits the manhole where the villain crawled out of and defeats it in a single punch, splattering it everywhere. and freeing Deku. The same events afterwards as they The same events happen afterwards as they did in canon, with All Might dropping the sludge villain, Deku being told by All Might that he couldn't be a hero. The Bakugo and sludge incident happened as well, and basically everything went in canon, including the One For All thing, and as well as Deku doing the workout and earning all One For All. The entrance exams go the same as well. Except for that, Deku also scored 15 villain points on top of his rescue points. Now then, back to where we left off before we went back into the past. We're still in Deku's side of things. So, after a long lesson by Mr. Aizawa and nice long period of hero training, Deku goes on with the rest of his classes, going from English to others. He would then be interrupted by someone, bumping into them on accident. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking where I was going. I was lost in my thoughts. Are you okay? Yeah. Don't worry about it, kid. The adult man would say. Now, where is it that you're currently going? I'm going to my next class. Alright then. Well, hope to see you again soon. Potentially. And with that, the man would walk off. Deku would think, that man was pretty strange. I never would have... He seemed much more relaxed than any of the other teachers here. It's awfully suspicious, but I can't dwell on this right now. I have to get to my next class. Deku would walk to his class and would begin to experience the lesson and take notes. Back to that strange man that Deku ran into. He would enter the area in which all of the special info for class activities and other things would be. He would then go and find the USJ activity for Class 1A. He would then take it, put it into his jacket, and would then begin to walk out. Just as he is about to exit the door, he instead enters a purple and black portal. Okay, I got the stuff. Now, where's my payment? Heh, you really thought that you would be getting payment for this? Shigaraki would say, as he then puts his hand on puts all 5 fingers on that man's face and disintegrates him after grabbing a hold of the folder for the USJ. Stupid idiots, thinking that they would get paid for working for me. I don't pay anyone. Now then, Kurogiri, let's get this show on the road. Go and get a bunch of people to join us in this event. Also, it appears All Might should be there. So, make sure that we get a Nomu. After all, we want to get rid of the symbol of peace as fast as possible. With that, Kurogiri would teleport away and begin going on the search for low-rank thugs. and medium tier villains. Mustard and Toga would enter the room. So, what's the plan, boss? Well, welcome, Mustard and Toga. We're gonna be having a little fun with some of the Class 1A hero students. Oh, we're gonna have fun, aren't we? Can I get a few of their blood? A few people's blood from that class? I want to try out some framing of people and make UA think that they have a few traitors in their midst. That would be quite fun, now wouldn't it, Toga? Well, boss, when's this happening? Well, according to this data, it's gonna be happening in 2 days. Make sure to get your weapons and, in your case, Toga, your blood gathering tools ready. And prepare yourselves, because tomorrow and just before the USJ event, we're gonna be doing some training. And eventually, I've got a little surprise for you after this. And that is where I'm going to be leaving off episode 1 of this new series. Now, I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope that I can get more episodes out for this, and potentially continue other series after this episode comes out. And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.